All right, today we're going to talk about how to add 1 million to any business in 2025 the easy way. My name is Jared. Welcome to the Jared Williams Show. This is my not so beautiful counterpart, Joel Fagre.
Dude, pretty
Fagre?
close. Yeah, close enough.
How you doing, boss?
Dude, I'm doing good. Okay, story time.
It's been a while.
Dude, so long.
Dude, tell me a good story. I like good stories.
So this was like an error in customer service. This is an error customer service story. Last night, my wife and her friend Natalie went out to eat at a local restaurant.
Okay.
And what had happened is they ran our credit card for somebody else's bill. Now here's the problem: is they refunded it, probably. I'll have to wait till it shakes out. But I get this email this morning, like, large transaction detected. I was like, holy crap, what's going on here? And I was like, hey, Ayla, did we get charged for an $800 bill? And she's like, what? And I checked the bank account and I see that, yes, they charged us $800 and then they refunded us and then they charged the other thing. But what they didn't do is they didn't just go to my wife and say, hey, just want to let you know, I accidentally ran your card for $800. Yeah. Listen, I refunded it, but please, you need to call me if it didn't work so we can make this right. But they didn't do that. My wife was absolutely livid because they didn't have just that communication. If that communication would have taken place, it would have been like, oh, no big deal. Like, thank you for telling me. I appreciate that. This is a good establishment. They own their mistake.
Yeah.
But since that didn't happen, and I know why, but it's dumb. I know why, because they're probably like, oh, no, let's refund it. Don't tell them.
Oh, no, I made a mistake.
Yeah, we don't want to tell them that, but I know that they made a mistake.
Have you ever seen Beyond the Pale with Jim Gaffigan?
Yes. Yeah.
And he's like, he voices in the audience.
Yep.
Why is he so pale?
Yeah.
That's how they were talking.
Yeah, they're like, we made a mistake. Oh,
We made a mistake.
Let's just hide it because
Don't tell anybody.
Surely they won't look at their bank account and see
Oh,
an $800 charge and refund.
Why would you look at your credit card charges? That'd be silly.
Yeah, that'd be stupid. But yeah, it's so for all you business owners, if you make a mistake, just freaking own it.
Honesty is always the best policy.
People are so forgiving if you're upfront and honest, especially if you notice before they notice. And you say, hey, listen, just want to let you know, I made this mistake.
Yep.
This is what I did to fix it, but please tell me if it didn't go through. Like,
amen.
And I will take care of you 100%. If they would have done that, I wouldn't even cared.
Amen.
But now, I can see my wife's brain thinking, she's like, how can I get my meal refunded because of this mistake?
Ayla would think that
yeah,
way.
Totally. She's like, I'm going to call and yell enough until I get my way. The problem with that is she's not going to talk to anybody who is on shift because it's a different person.
Yep.
They're going to have it. It's not going to work.
Dope.
But still, if you make a mistake, just own it.
If you make a mistake, own it. It's the best policy.
Don't be afraid.
It's not difficult.
They're going to thank you for it.
Most people are nice.
Yes, they are.
Most people would respect that. They'd be happy that you did that.
Yep. They'd actually respect you more for it.
Yeah.
Like they'd be like,
totally.
wow, thank you for being a good
because
human.
it's so rare.
Which
is
as
the sad
evidenced
part.
by, and that's not a little mistake. That's not like that's not like they charged my card for $60 when it should have been $80. My bill was $80 and they charged me $800. Like if they wouldn't have caught that mistake, oh boy, I'd definitely be getting some free meals. That's for sure. I'd be like, hey guys, you owe me $800 plus meals.
You know what's funny? I would have been the guy that would have charged me $800 and I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah,
I'd have been like, I don't look at my credit card statements. First of all,
you
my wife just
Kristen
pays them, and
noticed?
she would have been like, oh, Jared charged $800 on his credit card.
I feel like she would have been like, hey Jared, did you spend $800 at
how many
the
steaks
restaurant?
did you
Yeah.
buy?
And you'd be like, Jared, didn't you just get a steak and a cheesecake? You'd be like, yeah. He's like, were they $800 worth of steak and cheesecake?
I don't know.
Maybe they raised their prices. I have no idea. Maybe they were running a more expensive special.
This is hard stuff, man.
Yeah, work is hard.
Work is super hard. Okay, today we're going to talk about something that for some reason baffles so many people's brains and is literally a way to make a ton of extra money with very little effort and have happier customers. And something that we did in my business that I've seen other people do in their business that drives a ton of money to their bottom line and holds customers for longer. And everybody loves the idea of it.
Yeah,
we get tons of DMs about it.
Yeah, from just like,
how do I pull this off? How do I pull this off? And it's literally identical for any business. And there's tons of businesses that people who are watching this and listening to this use every single day that do this,
Mm-hmm.
and they make tons of money doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is we call it a membership. A lot of people call it subscription
Yep.
service, or you could call it a club, like a club membership
Sure, yeah.
or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So it's basically, how do we implement a subscription model into our business
Mm-hmm.
so we get monthly or yearly recurring revenue? There's a little thing in business called MRR,
Mm-hmm.
monthly recurring revenue, ARR, annual recurring revenue. Okay. And we're going to talk about not just how to do this, but what the benefits of it are.
Mm.
Hopefully we can make it an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is like a 15-minute conversation. That's how simple it is.
No, not really.
Sure,
It gets
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
complicated than that when you get into the benefits of it.
Yeah, and
right?
also there's like the two lines of thought, because naturally what people want to do is they want to apply a service to this.
Yeah.
They want to make a what do we call it, maintenance contract type of thing.
Yeah.
Or like
Service contract.
They want to do a service contract. That's typically where people go in their brain.
Yep.
And then there's the other idea, which is access to special benefits.
Yep. So the reason, like, I think that we get so many comments about this is because I put out a reel and we've done it a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I make an extra $750,000 a year.
Yep.
By adding a membership to my business.
Yep.
And everybody's like, holy crap, I want to make $750,000 a
Yep.
year, which, yeah, I don't blame you.
And it's really everybody, from anybody in a service business. Like, I've talked to multiple realtors about this who book a call to talk to me about, I just like that subscription idea. And it's just like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
Figure out, like, I don't know. What can you give them for access to you?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. So it's very popular with all people.
It is. Yeah. And I see why, like, he makes $750,000 a year doing nothing.
Yeah.
True. But there's so many more benefits to it.
Yeah. It's like the benefit is not the quote unquote passive income. It's like a bunch of other stuff too.
Passive income is part of it.
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
But
you're not out there like, I'm going to do this primarily for the ARR or the MRR.
no, that's like a big reason of why you do it. But like, that's not the only benefit, right? There's equally just as good of benefits.
Sure.
So just to name a few, right? It makes your business worth more.
Of course.
It's more attractive to buyers, right? Because you have ARR or MRR, right?
Yeah. Is it just because of the monetary addition?
No, it's because you have, yes, partly, right?
Sure.
So they're buying like future revenue. Like take a software business, right? Where these tech startups, they start up and they literally have zero income.
Sure.
They're in debt and they get bought out for billions of dollars.
Yeah.
They're buying future revenue is what they're buying. So you can kind of do the same thing with your company. It's a little different in like a service company, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're buying future revenue in the form of already bought in customers that are going to use your service again, that they don't have to market to.
Right.
Right. So it's a big deal for somebody who's going to come buy your company. So you can sell your business for more money, right? You'll get a higher multiple on your profits. It raises lifetime value of your customer. Okay. So that makes your customer stickier so that they buy from you more times than one for many years to come. And man, anytime I come up with a list of 4, I always forget the 4th one. I should just start doing 3.
Yeah. Or you start doing 5 and you'll get 4.
No, I don't think so. I think
That's
I'll
not
still,
how it works?
I think I'll still stop at 3. It's my brain, dude.
You
It's
like
just
3?
like, it's like after 3, I'm done. My ability to remember that much, gone.
Man,
I have to go back over what I already told you.
you should start taking some alpha brain.
Dude, I should. My brain is very slow. Like for anybody who wants to make good money and do something successfully, you definitely can do it. If I did it.
Yeah.
Cuz I'm a slow processor.
Yeah. I mean, for guys listening, like Jared's very similar to our dear president, where I got to pump him full of
Mr. Biden.
Yeah, I got to pump him full of drugs to get him actually functioning for this podcast.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
spend like 2 hours, and Joel's like, "Okay, Jared, here's what you're going to talk about.
Yep, I give him his talking points.
Here's how all this stuff works."
I lay out like 6 needles with like amphetamines and all crazy stuff in
He's
there.
really
Just-
the one back there pulling the strings.
Yep, it's me and like a team of like 5 people.
You and Kamala.
Yeah, Who?
Kamala.
I don't know who that is. She's not on my team. You know, not yet.
Did you watch the presidential debate?
Yeah, I listened to it.
Oh, that's right. I listened to it too.
Yeah, we were
We
driving.
listened to it while we were driving. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a weird debate, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. It was pretty much what I expected it would be. It's just like a spectacle.
Pretty much useless.
Yeah, 100% useless. Actually, it pissed me off that it existed because it was just wasting my time. But I felt like because I didn't want to listen to it, I should listen to it.
It was a total waste of time, except I think what Kamala did well, is she appealed to the American people. Yeah, but she did it in a feeling and emotional way, not in a actual like, here's proof that I'm here to help you out based on my past decision. Here's my policies that I believe in that are going to help you out.
Yeah.
It was just this emotional, just total BS thing.
Yeah.
But still, she did that and Trump didn't. I was a little disappointed in Trump for not appealing to the American people more, except for in the sense that he's like, hey, look, I'm going to go in, and I wish he would have been like, look, all that stuff that she talks about, who gives a crap about any of that? We got economic problems.
Yeah.
We got
security
inflation problems. We have security problems. Those are the things I'm going to focus on.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to make more money and live better because of it.
Yeah.
Then all that crap that she said, like,
it wouldn't really hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish that he just like, I think Trump has certain things going for him, but I think at the same time, let's see how to put this. Like, obviously he's like a smart guy because he's built good businesses. But I still think he's kind of an idiot. Just like in the sense where he just like sees, like, there's these obvious traps that are set for him, and he just walks into them and then rambles on. And I'm like, come on, guy. Like
he's not a very good public speaker.
Yeah. I think his problem is just his ego is like the size of the biggest thing ever. And it just makes him never walk back points. And like, and this is pretty much politicians across the board. Like nobody's like, yeah, I did mess this up. But listen, this is what I'm going to do next time.
Yeah.
And that's like, if I just heard one politician who would like go that line and be like,
it's
okay.
because it'll get on the news. The only part they'll play is, I messed this up.
Yeah. Instead of the walking back.
And then
the
next
thing.
debate, Kamala will
Yeah.
be like,
He did mess this up.
hey, you admitted to messing this up.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah.
The whole thing is silly to me.
Yeah. It's super silly. And
I wish it were more professional, but it's silly down to like even the people holding the debate. What was it on CNN?
ABC or
ABC
CNN or something.
CNN,
Whatever. Yeah, one of those.
Who cares?
Yep. It's like the same idea.
The way they hold the debate is they're like baiting people the whole time. And it's like, dude, why don't you guys talk about policy? Why don't you talk about things that actually matter?
Yeah, because the point isn't to test ideas against one another and test the people who you're voting for's understanding of those ideas. The point is to have a show that people watch so that CNN or ABC can make ad revenue.
Yeah.
And so,
which is dumb.
Yeah. And then those companies are funded by donors who have tons of money who want them to push certain ideas and side with certain ideas who are more or less threatening, whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's just a spectacle. Like you're just watching like a TV show is all you're watching.
Yep.
Like, and so it's, what the crappy part about it is there's a lot of people though who don't see it that way. And they see it as, oh, these are people and they're expressing points that I should then persuade me to vote for somebody.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Cause then you're like, neither of them did a good job expressing very much.
No.
That would make me feel good about.
There was zero policy talked about.
Yeah.
Zero.
And even when it came around policy, both sides sort of deflected as they always do.
Yep.
So it was just like, again, I was just pissed that the thing existed because I would have rather listened to something else. But because I was so annoyed with it, I felt like I had to do it because it was a hard thing. I was like, I just have to sit here and be annoyed and uncomfortable listening to these people bicker. And
I find that stuff interesting.
Yeah, I just... And then I listen to commentators post debate. It's funny because when this comes out, it's going to be like 2 or 3 weeks after the debate.
Yeah.
But I listen to commentators, and it's really almost sad how most commentators, depending upon their slant, will say the other side was unjust, which can be true. And then my side won or my side lost. It's like, guys, like it was kind of dumb the whole time. Meanwhile, what's going to happen is
that's why you can't be a commentator. Because you'd be like, this was the dumbest waste of our time on the planet.
Well, and
nobody said anything meaningful.
And like commentators who I would say, let's see, it's tough to say because I like them, whether I like them because they say true things or because they say things that I agree with, it's hard to differentiate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Because things you agree with, you think are true.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say which is first, right?
Yeah.
Is it the truth?
Yeah.
But the ones that I agree with, we're sort of in the point like, well, whoever wins is either going to take money from big pharma, big tech, big weapons, and they're either going to continue stupid wars and conflicts or they're not.
Yep.
And they're going to push dumb ideas about medical things or not,
Yep.
right? And so we just won't know until we get there.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, we just talk about that for another 45 minutes to an hour, and
I couldn't.
I could.
I probably could.
You
but-
could.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. I don't know how we got on that topic.
Man, that was for the boys in the comments,
The boys in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, there'll be 2 minutes of value in this that they can scrub for. I should have Costin like timestamp.
I was trying to think of the fourth thing that entire time, and it still evaded me. I'm sure it'll come up.
I think we should put like a little timestamp in here for the 2 minutes of value, and then every time it's just some dumb joke I say. They're like, "Damn it!"
You're gonna have to come up with more dumb jokes.
Oh man, that's hard.
I know. The problem is they start to get so dumb that they're not funny anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already like teetering
think
on the
about
edge
that.
of funny.
I apprciate that. That's a good compliment. Teetering on the edge of funny
Teetering
is
on the
close enough.
edge.
I'll round that to hilarious.
Okay. I'll let you have that one.
Yes.
I did it.
I did it.
Mom,
Yeah.
I did it.
I'm gonna call her right after this. Let her know that
I was
won.
working with a guy. Last story, then we'll get into memberships. I was working with a guy. This cracked me up. We were in a crawl space in a house. No roof on the house, just framed, right? And it's like a house on stilts because we were working in Healy, a place in Alaska, and building stuff in Alaska is weird. You got permafrost and all that stuff. So we're working on this house that's on stilts. So we're underneath this house, and then they skirt in the outside.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
We're underneath this house. There's no roof, and there's a subfloor, but water will leak through the subfloor. So it's raining outside. And so everywhere there's a seam in the subfloor above our heads, it's literally just dripping water.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're in the mud down there. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's a little bit dark.
Yeah.
We got this super crappy light.
Yeah.
And we're down there working. And this dude is wet. He's dirty. He's cold. He's miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And he drops down on his knees and he looks up. His dad died when he was young.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Dad, I made it." Because he was a plumber,
Yeah.
And
And he was living out his dream.
He was living his dream, man.
Yep.
He finally made it.
Yeah.
I had cracked up so hard. Anytime we got into a crappy situation after that, we would drop on our knees and go, "Dad, I made it. Look at me now."
Was there anybody like around you who didn't understand the joke? Who just look at
all
you
the-
like, what are these idiots
all the
doing?
time.
Those are my
Yeah.
favorite moments.
Yeah.
That's why inside jokes are so wonderful. Not good for podcasts, but really good for real life.
Terrible for podcasts.
Yeah.
They're like, what are they even talking
Yeah.
about?
But in
Yeah.
real life, they're wonderful.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Okay, let's talk about
Boom.
memberships.
Memberships.
Okay, so
Back on track.
super nitty gritty. Like we'll talk about all the benefits of getting people to sign up for a membership, and then let's talk about how to actually execute on your membership, how much to charge for it, and what to include in it.
Sure.
Okay, so let's talk about benefits. You got to keep me on track here. Benefits.
I'm really good at that.
Then let's look at some companies who have developed extremely successful memberships so that we can see how the model works. And then we'll talk about how you can insert it into your business. Okay.
Okay, deal.
So benefits of a membership. Okay. We already covered a couple of them, but let's go a little more in depth. Number one, you get recurring revenue.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
And we're going to kind of like foreshadow into what's coming up because I got to tell you how much to charge so you can see how much revenue, right?
Yeah, sure.
So there's a couple ways to think about this. Maybe we should go into like the old style on memberships.
Or maybe not even like old style, just the because would we say that there's two different? Would you say that there's two different styles?
There's
Like-
two different styles, and the problem is one's not really a membership.
Sure, one's a different thing. So we should
One's a
probably
different
just
thing,
let's
yeah.
just define those two ideas so that people know what we're talking about when we say membership. as we
Okay,
move
so
forward.
So a lot of people confuse membership with service agreement.
Yeah.
Service agreement is you pay me monthly recurring revenue and I'm going to perform this service for you.
Is service typically monthly or is it yearly or does it matter?
The service can be whenever.
Sure.
It can be quarterly, biannually, annually, however you want.
Yeah, and that would be more technically defined as like a service agreement.
That would be a service agreement.
Because you're agreeing to do a
You pay
service.
me $10 a month, and every 6 weeks, I'm going to come change your filters.
Yep.
That would be a good example of like a commercial service agreement.
Yeah.
Pricing, don't go set up a service agreement for $10 a month to change filters.
Right, sure, yeah.
I just pulled that out of my butt.
Yeah.
But that would be an example of a service agreement. Okay.
Mhm.
Those are become really complicated at scale. Extremely.
At like what level of scale?
The second you have it's relative to how many people you have, right?
Like in your service agreement
How many
program?
people you have on the service agreement versus how many people you have to fulfill on that service agreement.
Sure, of course.
So like what happened, and this is how we did it in my company in the beginning. We had basically a service agreement of $49 a month, and you get one free annual tune and clean plus access to special benefits. So we would go do a tune and clean on their heating equipment once a year for free. Well, lame part about that is we would collect that revenue monthly, and typically you would price these so that you're doing that service at cost.
So you're not getting your profit for that service.
There's no profit.
Why do you do it that way?
Because it's attractive. Like we're trying to get people to buy the thing.
Oh,
right?
because then you can say, hey, if you sign up for our membership, this tune and clean actually becomes cheaper than what I would normally charge it for.
Correct.
And then
it's cheaper.
Then you can access.
You get to pay monthly.
Yeah.
And it was a great way to grow my business in the beginning.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have done it the other way because this started to cause all sorts of problems in my business.
Yeah.
So you think about it, like we sell 1,000 of these, and tune and cleans happen in like a 3-month period. Now we're committed to doing 1,000 free tune and cleans during this period.
Yeah, and that's just because people always think they got to get their systems cleaned right before it gets cold.
Right. So it drives revenue down during those months.
How does it drive revenue down?
Because we're doing free stuff, not
you're
revenue
doing stuff
stuff
that you've been collecting on for the whole year.
Yep.
Instead of doing other people's work that would pay you money.
Yes.
So potentially, if you screw this up, you could literally just lose your ass. Sorry.
For a couple months.
Man, sorry, Jed. Lose your butt for a couple months.
Inside joke. My dad hates cussing.
Yeah.
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 Sorry, Dad. And he watched one of the podcasts, and Joel said something like,
"You won't talk to me now."
You didn't even say it. Like you said, like "damn" or something like that.
And
my dad was like,
"Character done." You know, I got.
He was like, "Man, I was watching one of your podcasts. I don't know about that Joel guy.
Guy's got a potty mouth."
And I was like, "What do you mean?"
So funny.
It was funny. So that style, does it work? Yes. Is it outdated? I think so. Is it a bad idea? I think so.
Yeah.
Can it work? Yes. Does it have complications? Absolutely.
What are the biggest arguments for it?
So people like that attaching a service and the main reason is that it gets you back in the customer's home.
Yeah, actively doing a service.
Actively back in the customer's home where you can get back in front of other things and sell more stuff to the customer.
Yep.
Problem is when you go there for something for free, the customer is not expecting to spend money.
Yeah,
and now you're asking them to spend money, and they don't like it.
Yeah, and if you keep doing this every year, they might go, "Are you actually just trying to get into my house to spend money?"
That's exactly what they think.
And then they
they know exactly what you're up to. They're not stupid, right?
Yeah, and when the customer sees your game, it's not that great.
Yeah,
but you're like, "Oh, damn."
When they call you to spend money with you to get heating maintenance done, and then you're there and you bring up a few more issues and they just have to spend more money, it's not as bad.
No, not
believe
at all.
it or not.
And it's honestly like they can appreciate that because like, "Oh, thanks for looking out for me." Especially if you bundle it and do a couple things that we talked about.
Yeah. So that's kind of like service contract. Membership is just like, hey, become a member with our company. It's however much you want to charge for it. And we'll provide you with access to these special benefits. Yeah. Okay. So we switched from a $49 a month service contract that we called a membership to a $99 a year membership. And we took the free heating maintenance out of it. So now everybody pays for their heating maintenance.
Did you think that, let's see how to phrase this question. Like when you did that, did you do the same amount of boiler tunes? Or less boiler? Okay. Less boiler tunes? Yeah. Okay.
Same amount.
Except then you got actually full price for those tunes.
We just made more money.
Yeah.
Well, the members still got a discount on them.
Sure, but they didn't get a discount that dropped it to cost.
Here's what we did. We made our member tune and cleans discounted even further so that we got everybody who was on our original plan swapped over to the new plan, and it was the same cost
Yeah, gotcha.
to them.
Yeah.
But we got paid for the cost of the tune and clean at the time of service,
Yeah, which is cool.
which helped us sell more when we were there. Plus, we didn't decrease margins. Plus, it allows us to go back the next year and increase costs on our tune and clean.
Yeah.
That's how we did the swap over,
Yeah.
right? Worked out really, really good. There was no, like, it didn't change. It actually got $1 cheaper for the customer.
Yeah, gotcha.
So nobody argued,
Yeah.
right? They're like, whatever, I don't
Sure,
care.
man. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I still get to do the same thing, right? And
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Sweet.
yeah.
Okay, so the benefits. Number one is just recurring revenue.
Of course.
So I think the way to do this is to do a $99 a year because that's just a really good price point that makes sense to most people.
Yeah, and it's very cheap relative to other things that you're already paying for. Like Netflix is more expensive, Amazon is more expensive.
It's cheap. And then, so what you do is you give that customer a discount, right? And I would set up the amount of discount that they get would be relative to how much I charge for my service. So that on most things that I sell, the membership pays for itself. Because then it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, so that when you're pitching the membership the first time,
it pays for itself.
and good software will show like it'll be like, hey, this is what you would have saved if you've done our membership, which tips them off that week. There's a membership if your tech doesn't remember to sell it.
Right.
But then he can position, be like, hey, man, so this membership, if you buy a membership, this is what you get. It's
Yep.
kind of done. Like you save more money than the membership. So like, why not?
Yeah. Or even if it just is a break even on the first job.
Yeah.
Like if you're average, like you go to a job and like you're never quoting anything under $1,000, which is how it was with Prospector, and you give 10% off if you join our membership and the membership's $99, you save $1 by joining our membership.
Yeah.
And then if you have to call us back again, you get all these other benefits.
Yep.
And it pays for itself on this one job.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer for the customer.
Yep.
And that's how you get them to sign up,
Yep.
right? You create these no-brainer situations. And so you can imagine you start selling memberships and it's a extremely good way to bring in more revenue, okay? Let's flip-flop this. We need to talk about the benefits last. Let's look at some companies, okay, that do this very well. Then we'll talk about how we would structure this in a company, and then we'll talk about the benefits that has, okay? So a few companies that do this really well. Number one, Costco.
Yeah.
Costco, their whole goal is to sell you a membership. They make hardly any money on the stuff you buy from their store. They make the majority of their money. It's billions of dollars from selling you memberships.
Yeah, and their structure is interesting because if you get their highest package membership, you actually get enough money back each year to pay for it.
Yeah.
If you spend a certain amount of money, which incentivizes you to go, it's kind of dumb because you're like, I paid. Well, it's not that much. It's like a couple $100.
Yeah.
But if I know I'm going to be shopping here, I get 2% back.
Yeah.
I get to pay for my membership and get some money back.
Yeah.
When Costco looks at you, they're just like, thanks for prioritizing us.
Yep.
And it's only because if they didn't have that there, the amount of money that they would bring in would be substantially less because they'd just be another grocery store.
Yep. Yeah. It's genius.
Yeah.
Absolute genius.
It's very psychological too.
Absolutely.
Like-
and it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. It's really funny.
And it's a few billion dollar industry. Like, I don't want to say industry. It's a few $billion thing just for Costco.
Yeah. And even that I know that I understand the game, I'll still be like, oh, I'll take it.
Well, because it makes sense.
Yeah. Because it's,
right?
yeah. And that's the thing is it's not like a trick. It's
No.
just makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that's how you structured it. and I
It's
might
a
as well take it.
win-win.
It's kind of like credit cards and credit card miles. Like, why not take advantage of the system that exists?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though you're paying for it.
Yep.
And you
even
know
though you're
you
paying
are.
for it and you know,
But it's
like,
still
well, I might
there.
as well just get my cash back. Like, cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we've got Costco. And what do you get? Like when you sign up for a membership with Costco, what do you get?
You get to go to their store.
That's it. Does it cost them anything to let you go to their store?
No.
No. So all that money that they make off memberships, where does it, and that doesn't cost them anything to sell that to you.
Yeah.
Where does it go?
Well, if it doesn't cost them anything to like do the thing.
Like if you were looking at a P&L just
Yeah.
for their memberships, you would have income, $1 billion,
Yeah.
COGS, 0,
Yeah.
gross profit, 100%,
Yeah.
overhead, 0,
Right.
net margins, $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like it literally,
Yeah.
all that money drops down to the bottom line.
Right.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's think of another company. Think about Amazon.
Sure.
Amazon Prime. What do you get?
Yeah, I don't even know what you get anymore because I end up paying for shipping. Like not on everything, but certain things. But allegedly you get free shipping and you get to watch some TV.
There you go.
But the TV even has ads in it. So
Does it
but it still exists.
does
I
it
still pay
cost
for
them anything to
No.
provide you with that?
Well, there might be an argument for the free shipping.
Where do you think that free how do you think they pay for that free shipping?
It's in the price, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. Nope. Doesn't cost them a single thing.
Yeah.
What is it? $99 a year for a
Something like that.
Amazon
I
membership?
actually have no idea.
Do you have a Costco membership?
No, I used to, but not anymore.
Do you have Amazon?
I think it's like 12 or 13 bucks per month.
Amazon is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Might be 15.
Okay. I don't know what it is. I have it. I have no clue.
Yeah, I know. I know you don't know. What
I have
it
no
is.
clue. But so the recurring theme here is you get access to special benefits that don't cost Amazon anything to give to you.
Yep.
But yet you're willing to pay for them,
Yeah.
which is seems weird, but
yeah.
we do it. We both do it, and
Yeah.
probably a bunch of our listeners do it.
Yeah.
Okay, think about by the way, that's a multi-billion-dollar thing for Amazon.
Yeah. Of course.
It's their membership program. Let's think about Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get?
I just get access to their catalog of stuff.
Correct.
But I would argue that Netflix, that there is COGS associated with it.
There's COGS associated with it, but what are you getting? Access
Yeah, I'm getting access to their
Access
product essentially.
to something, right?
Yeah,
Same with Planet Fitness.
sure.
What do you get?
Access to
Access to their gym, right? Access to their equipment. Okay.
yeah. Like they could do it differently. They could say, "Hey, pay me per movie you watch, or pay me per time you go to the gym."
Yep.
And
But instead they say they sell access to special benefits.
yeah,
That's the key theme here.
Yeah.
And all four of those bring in billions of dollars for each one of those companies.
yeah,
Which is crazy.
yeah,
Okay. So when we're looking at our businesses, we need to ask ourselves, how do we sell access to special benefits?
mm-hmm.
And if we can have those benefits not cost us anything,
Mm-hmm.
then we're going to create more income for our company
Mm-hmm.
without having to do more work.
Yeah, it's just going to be income that goes straight to the bottom line.
And if you're on the right software, it does all the work for you.
Yeah, you just got to sell them the thing, and then they get billed appropriately, and then you're not really discounting. Your members are paying the full price
Yeah.
with your margin in there, and then non-members
So-
are paying an inflated price.
So when you set up a membership, this is what we give them.
Mhm.
So we just started our company, pressure washing company called Dude Wash. And our membership is, we got to come up with a name for that, by the way.
Yeah, my placeholder was super cool clean club.
Super Cool Clean Club.
Yeah, that was my
That's hard to
placeholder.
say.
It is super cool clean club.
You got to come up with something better.
Super duper cool clean club.
Super duper.
Super duper cool clean club.
I don't like it.
Duper super clean club.
You know what else
Cool?
we got to come up with? A tagline.
Oh, I know.
I think it should be Dudes That Wash.
I like that. It's just stupid. That's why I like it.
Okay.
Dude,
Okay.
wash. Dudes that wash.
So we're probably going to call it what, our Dude Club, or
The cool dude. Cool.
we've got to have it like a dude/dudette club or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to
It's
name
a
it
work in
something.
progress.
We're going to, yeah, so it is.
It's going to have a name. It's going to be awesome.
The Awesome Club.
Or, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to provide 15% off.
Called
So,
the DW Club.
so you're going to join our membership.
Mhm.
It's going to be $99 a year.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get 15% off, priority scheduling, and access to one-off special promotions.
Yeah.
That's literally it. That's all you're going to get.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very simple.
When we give them 15% off, are we discounting our services 15% off and not hitting our desired net margins?
No.
No, absolutely not. How do we account for that?
We just set our price higher
15%
for the
higher
non-members.
for non-members. So
Yep.
when you become a member, you actually pay what we need to achieve net margin on our business.
And if that makes anybody uncomfortable, because you're like, wait a second, you're telling them you're discounting them, but you're not really discounting them. It's like, no, you're still discounting the customer because they're going to pay less money if they take your membership.
Yep.
You're just going to still hit your margin.
Yep.
And then I would argue that like, okay, but you also your business, you're trying to hit these margins and this helps you do this.
Yep.
And then of course, then you could point to every other business that runs a discount and says, do you think, like, for example, I was just at Lowe's trying to buy a freezer and they're like, this is discounted. Do you think it's really discounted?
No.
No. They're just going to tell you it's discounted to push the units.
Yep.
And the bigger the discount, the more they want to push that unit for whatever reason.
Yep.
But
so if
but
you
they're not
think
losing money on it.
if you think that's unethical, then you need to quit buying anything that's discounted.
Yeah, because every discount in your mind is unethical.
Yeah.
Because they're not really discounting you. And if anybody says, sure they are, I'd be like, dude, there's big companies don't exist by giving money away.
No, they don't. It's super easy. This is how much it costs me to run. I have to make this much to make margin.
Yeah.
More than it costs.
Yeah.
If I want 20% margin, I have to charge 20% more than it costs.
Yeah.
If you want to give somebody a discount, then you have to charge. So you want to give them a 20% discount, you got to charge 40% more than it costs. So you can discount 20% and still make 20%.
Yep.
That's how it works.
If you don't make 20%,
It's math.
You run a risky business that runs the risk of you not being able to pay for those people you care about, to serve those people you care about, and then to actually have something valuable so that you can have the freedom and stuff that you want.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother.
If you want to know more about that, go watch our last episode.
Yeah.
It was on how to price your business in 2025. Yeah. We'll tell you all about that. Okay, so we can set it up like that. Now, here's the beauty of this. Number one, it doesn't cost us anything to provide that to our customer, but yet it's very attractive for somebody to buy.
Sure.
So we're going to go to a home, and the way that works out is anytime anybody buys more than one service, like let's say they buy a house wash and they buy a driveway cleaning, the $99 membership is going to pay for itself. Anytime they want their house washed more than once per year, the $99 membership is going to pay for itself. So it's going to be a no-brainer for all the good customers.
Yeah, the ones who say, yeah, I would love to have somebody just do this that I can trust to do it efficiently and well.
Yeah. Well, you should sign up for our membership. It's going to save you.
Yeah.
It's going to save you $240 a year, and it only costs $99. That's a no-brainer.
Yep.
Plus, if he calls for anything else that you need, let's say you want it a third time, or you want your driveway washed, or your windows washed for a party or whatever, not only are you going to get priority scheduling, but you're going to get a discount on that work as well. Plus, sometimes we're slow and we run special promotions, and you'll be able to get access to those special promotions. We only send them out to members. That's a no-brainer to the customer, right? So it's going to be super easy to sell, and we're going to collect members.
Yep.
Okay. Let's talk about the financial benefit of that.
Okay.
If you go to 500 jobs in a year and you can convert 30% of them over to a member, how many members do you convert? It's 30 times 5.
30 times 5 is 10,400.
Dude,
is
come
that
on. No.
Are you kidding me?
Your math is so bad.
Pretty sure that was right.
What's 3 times 5?
23.
Dude. You're the worst. It's 150 members.
No, it's not.
Okay. If you sell 150 memberships, this is literally one guy could sell 150 memberships.
Yeah.
You just bring in $99 a year. You just added $15,000 in pure net profit to your business in 1 year. Yeah. And those members are going to pay you next year as well. Yeah. Next year, you're going to sell 150 more. Now you're going to have $30,000 then you're going to hire a guy because you're too busy, and he's going to sell 150 more. Plus, you're going to sell 150 more, and you're going to be bringing in $60,000 in pure profit a year just from your memberships. That's money that you can spend. You can keep net bottom line, right? Or you can then take that money and reinvest it into marketing to get more work.
Yep.
Super simple.
Yep.
Beautiful thing. Okay. And you didn't have to do anything for it.
No, you just had to have
It's just the way you structured your business.
Yeah, you just have to have your technician say, oh, understand how the membership works, like financially, like essentially how to pitch it, how to pitch the benefits, so that then they can actually have a chance to sell the thing.
Yeah.
But again, since it saves money like right off the rip, then it's like pretty easy.
Right off the rip, tater chip.
It's like, hey, you comfortable saving money today? Like, of course I'm comfortable saving money.
Plus, people like being part of clubs.
I know.
Isn't that weird?
And see, that's the psychological thing where it's like they're part of the club. They have a preferred guy. And like to minimize like them going to a different company is really just fulfilling on your promises.
Yeah.
Just being like, well, they called or I needed them again and I called them and they answered and they showed up and they took care of me.
Yeah.
Just like I wanted them to.
Yep.
I don't have to think about who to hire to go and fix my stuff or clean my house or whatever.
Yep. Okay. So now this person is a member with you because there's financial benefit. You made a ton of extra money this year. And think about that exponentially. The more you grow, the more that membership grows, the more money you make. It'll add 5% net profit to your bottom line. Okay. What kind of company do you got to be to add $1 million to your bottom line at 5%?
What'd you ask?
What kind of how big of a company do you need to be to add $1 million to your bottom line at 5%?
I don't have no idea.
Let's do the math. If you made $10 million a year at 10% margins, how much would you make?
100,000. 10,000. 1 million.
1 million.
Okay. Dude.
Okay. $1 million. If you were a $20 million company and you could bring 5% down to your net just through memberships, it would be an extra $1 million a year
to your net. Yeah.
Income from your membership. So a $10 million company, it's $500,000. $5 million company, $250,000 brought in.
Yeah, that's
bottom line net. Just selling 150 per technician per year.
Man, and just think if you start, like if you're listening to this and you're just about to start your business, like prioritizing memberships day one is like a thing that your future self will love you for.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can bring in a lot of money with this thing.
Yep.
Okay. So benefit number 2 is lifetime value. Lifetime value is how much money you make per customer for the lifetime that they're your customer. Okay. So if you think about it, how do we make more money in our company?
Sell more work.
What's one way of doing that?
One way of selling more work.
Yep.
You can advertise to get new customers.
Increase how many times they buy from you.
Sure.
So if we advertise to a customer and they buy from us once, and then we have to advertise to a new customer and then they buy from us once, and then we have to advertise to a new customer and they have to buy from us once, we make that one purchase from that customer. If we can buy or advertise for a customer and they buy from us 5 years in a row, all of a sudden we increase the value of each and every customer.
Yeah, sure. Especially when if you only have to pay to acquire them once.
Right. Yes. Then, and it's not cheap to get customers. So the more we can hold on to them, then the lower our marketing budgets can be.
Sure.
It's the reason that prospectors' marketing budgets were 5%.
Oh, wow.
That was it. I think they were actually less. They were like 4.6% marketing expense because we were really good at holding on to our customers.
Yeah, sure.
How did we hold on to our customers? Memberships.
Right.
If you looked at our job board, it was like 60% return customers for the most part, 40% new, right? So you can make way more money over a longer period of time just by selling memberships. Okay. Lower your marketing expense, hold on to those customers, serve them over and over again,
Mhm.
drive money on your net profit.
Right.
Okay. That's a super simple one.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, work is hard.
Definitely can be. Yeah.
No, it is
Oh
hard.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Work is hard.
My son was going to get that tattooed on his knuckles.
Yeah. I remember that.
WORK on his
Like
right hand.
Work is hard.
And then is on his knuckle, on his thumbs, and then hard on his left hand.
That's so funny.
How do you'd
you're-
have to be like, work is hard.
Yeah, bro.
That's dumb.
And then like the legacy that you pass down to him is work is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super dumb.
Why didn't he do that?
He went to Fairbanks. He has a buddy that became a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
And so he needed somebody to practice tattoos on.
Mm-hmm.
So he was practicing on my son. That's how he got all his tattoos.
Yeah.
And so he was going back to Fairbanks and he was getting more free tattoos. He traded his car to get free tattoos. So when he left Fairbanks, when he moved from Alaska to Florida, he basically gave the dude his car in exchange for tattoos.
Gotcha.
Well, he went there and ended up getting 1 or 2 tattoos, but then they ran out of time. Or actually the dude got sick.
Gotcha.
And he had to leave. And so he didn't have time to do his knuckle tattoos.
Thank
I
goodness.
was like, phew,
Dodged a bullet there.
dodged a bullet. Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, he really wants a face tattoo as well. And his wife is like, please don't do it. Don't do it. He's like, I just want like a little something on my face, you know? I think he's becoming less wanting to get tattoos because of the health concerns.
Yeah.
Just like
Heavy metals.
Yeah, heavy metals and stuff.
Yeah. No bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno for you.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to get more tattoos.
Heavy metals, bro.
I don't care about those. I'll pee them out, dude.
Oh, hell
I'll just drink
bro.
lots of water.
Yeah.
Isn't that how that works?
I think so. I don't know why it wouldn't work that way.
I don't know either.
I ain't no scientist, but
Okay. What'd we cover? Income,
mm-hmm.
lifetime value of your customer.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Like what are the other benefits of having
Yep.
membership? Income, lifetime value. I mean, it's kind of with lifetime value, but they prefer you, like they're less likely to call somebody else.
Well, so think about what lifetime value does to the growth of your business. So if you think about that. If you have to go acquire new customers year over year over year, it's going to be really hard to grow your business.
Well, also going to be more volatile because if you're always paying for fresh leads constantly and the cost of leads keep going up, and you're still you're dependent upon that all the time, then you're really subject to the market of marketing that you're using.
Correct. And then if you can have 50% of your customers use their service again the next year, you only have to get 50% more, right, to do the same as last year. But if you keep your budget the same and you get the same amount that you got as last year,
Sure, yeah.
then you just grow your business exponentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then you can flip that money into scaling.
Yeah. And if you think about it this way, so each year we're spending the same marketing budget. Let's do this. Let's actually think through this. One of the things that I hate about most podcasts is they don't really go very deep on a topic. They keep it very surface level. So I don't want to do that. So let's think through this real quick, because I've mapped this out on a spreadsheet and it's incredibly powerful for growth. Okay. So let's say that each technician can sell 250 memberships per year per technician. And you start out with one technician. So he works an entire year. Okay. And we'll pull out the calculator.
Oh man, our best friend.
Dude, there's not a day that goes by that I don't calculate something on my calculator.
Yep.
It's literally every day. Okay. So year one, let's just say it's just you, business owner. You start a business. We just started Dude Wash. You're going to go out and sell memberships for $99 a year. This is what's going to happen. This is going to be crazy. So year number one, 250 memberships later, you're going to generate $24,750 dollars in membership revenue. Okay. So let's say that year one, we spent $100,000 on marketing and it got us 500 customers to be able to sell those 250. Okay. Okay. This is going to get confusing. We might need a pen.
Oh crap, we ain't got one of those.
Okay.
Got a pencil you can write on your desk.
There is actually a pen in there.
Pencil right here.
I don't have any paper though.
You got a desk.
Dude, do me a favor. We're going to do this.
Okay.
We're going to get real. If you go to the closet over there.
Holy crap! This is the first time
I
I've
know.
ever have to get
Ever
up on a
get out of your
podcast.
chair.
I'm not wearing any pants.
Dude, it's okay. We'll blur it out.
Oh, jeez. Okay, editors. Sorry.
What's Joe Rogan's guy? Jamie. We need a Jamie, dude. Okay, 250 members times 99. 20. It doesn't matter if it has writing on it. Oh, perfect. Dude, you're a godsend.
I can go take a break now.
How would we do this podcast without you?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I almost left, and you could have found out.
You sold 250 members. Year 1, 250 members times $99 equals $24,750 in revenue. And we spent $100,000 on marketing. And it brought in 500 customers. Okay?
Yep.
So if we say, okay, $100,000 divided by 500
Mm-hmm.
costs you $200 per customer.
Mm.
What happens year 2? Well, guess what? You have 250 people that are going to use your service again. So I would hire another technician at this point.
What about churn? What about membership churn?
Don't worry about churn.
Okay.
It's really low.
Yeah.
On this membership, it'll be really low.
Yeah.
Okay.
And especially if you do a good job and you just do what you say, then why would they choose somebody else?
Yeah. And let's assume that every time you get another 250 members, you're going to hire another technician.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're almost like you're using your membership as your indication, like, okay, we got enough. Let's hire another guy.
It is. And this, I would literally think about it this way.
Mhm.
Okay. So year number 2, what you're going to do is you're going to take that $24,750 that you made from
Mhm.
memberships
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to dump it back into your marketing. Okay. So you are going to spend $124,750, $124,750. Okay. And at $200 per customer, you are now going to get $124,750 divided by 200. You are now going to get, instead of 500 customers, 623 customers. Plus, you're going to get the 250 members.
Sure.
So 623 plus 250, you now have 873 members. This is why, sorry, not members, customers
Yeah, sure. For that year.
for that year. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're going to hire another technician
Yeah.
because you went from 500 to 873.
Yeah, sure.
You can't fulfill on all that.
Yeah, of course.
You split that into 2, it's 430 jobs per technician.
Right.
That's pretty damn close to,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could literally run a whole business off that. So you now have 2 techs.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you sell
And this is going into year 2.
going into year 2.
Okay.
You have 2
Okay.
techs. Okay. This is pretty slow business growth too.
Yeah.
But, you know, for a lot of people, this is actually what it looks like because
Mhm.
it takes them about
Mm.
6 to 7 months to get all the basics set up for your business.
Yeah. And
And
marketing.
then
And this is
you
if
go
they
out
like
and
do
start
the
doing
stuff like how we would want them to do it.
Correct.
Like take all the right steps at the right time, not dilly-dally with marketing or branding or
Correct.
dilly-dally with price increase, whatever.
Correct. Okay, so you go into year 2, you have 2 more techs. So you're going to sell another 500 memberships throughout the year. So halfway through the year, you're going to hire another tech
Yeah. Oh, sure. For your third technician?
for your
Yeah.
because every 250 techs, you're going to hire
Or
another
250
tech.
memberships, you hire another tech.
So
Yeah.
you have on average year 2 2.5 techs,
Mm.
right? Because halfway through the year, you're going to sell another 250 because you have 2 techs, which means
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm
which
tracking.
means you're really going to sell 625 memberships
During that
year.
second year?
That
Yeah.
second year.
Because, yeah, you got 2.5 technicians doing it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So your revenue
Mm-hmm.
off of memberships year 2, 625 times $99 is going to be $61,875.
Holy crap. Straight to the bottom line.
Massive bump,
Yeah.
right? With 3 techs.
Yeah.
Massive. 2.5 techs. The end of the year with 3.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So year 3,
Mm-hmm.
instead of spending $100,000 on marketing, we're going to spend $100,000 plus the $61,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we spend $161,875 on marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get confused here if we don't do this.
This is where you need the camera that looks at your paper and you split screen like
I do. If you guys want to see it, here it is, but you can't see it. So.
Talkie Moore style. He'll always be doing that.
Okay, so you guys can write this down if you want. So year 3, we're going to spend $161,000 on marketing. 800. Why do I do that? $161,875 on marketing. Bunch of dum-dums.
You
here,
wrote
guys.
that like a
I'm
smart
telling
guy.
You. Okay.
Real smart.
Now, cost us $200 per customer. Remember? So divided by 200, we're going to get 809 customers. So $200 per customer, you get 809. You acquire 809 new customers.
Yep.
Plus the 625 members you have.
Mm.
That's 1,434 customers
Mm-hmm.
over the year.
Sure. And we're just starting year 3?
W-
Or we're spending this throughout year 3?
So what you're going to spend throughout year 3,
Yeah,
you're going to
sure.
serve this many customers.
Yeah, throughout year 3. Yep, got
Okay.
it.
1,434 customers. Dude, this is a lot of customers.
Yeah, how many
It's getting good.
yeah, how many customers can one technician serve on average?
Yeah, I wouldn't think about it that way.
Sure.
We would have to go into way more detail here.
Yeah,
You
sure.
would have to know way more details
Yeah.
about this company. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we have. Dang, that's a lot of technicians. Let's see. Now we know. Well, let's just think. First year we did 500.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 3 technicians now, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the start of the year, we're going to start the year with 3 techs.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have 1,434 customers.
Yep.
625 members.
Yep, at the beginning of the 3rd year.
Yep. Now let's think about this. These 3 guys over the course of the year,
Mm-hmm.
how many memberships are they going to sell?
10,000. Oh, sorry. 750.
Every third of the year,
Mm.
every 4 months, they're going to sell enough memberships
Oh,
to hire another technician.
that's true because yeah, sure.
Now these are stacking up fast,
Yeah.
right? Let's assume that, actually, let's just keep that assumption, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So 4 months in, we're going to be at 4 techs.
Sure.
We're going to literally add,
And you're at Vortex just because you become busy enough?
because when you sell these memberships, right?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Uh-huh.
That's a customer you don't have to buy that's going to use you again.
Yeah.
You have this bank of customers that are going to start using your services,
Especially at this
without
point.
you having to market to them.
Yeah, because we're in year 3, so you're going to get year 1 customers who are starting to call, year 2 customers who are starting to call.
Yeah, they're calling you back next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we're going to serve 1,434 customers.
I
that
gotcha.
year.
Gotcha.
Okay. So let's go. Let's assume we get to, let's just assume we just go to 5 techs that year.
Okay.
Okay. And so we sell a total of 5 times 250. Can you do that math in your head?
Well, let's see, because that last tech, he wouldn't sell 250.
We go into the year with 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to sell, so those 3 are going to sell the full 250.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
750.
Yeah, so
Let's say-
750.
Let's say we hire these 2 techs like mid-year,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
and they sell 250 between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
That's 1,000 memberships we're going to sell.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
We're going to have.
Yeah.
No, we're going to sell those 1,000.
Yep.
Plus the 625 we already have. So
Yo,
we're
wow.
at
So you're going to sell a new 1,000
625 members
Mm-hmm.
times $99.
Mm-hmm.
1625. That's $160,000. 870 1,000. I do this all the time. $160,875 that we brought in membership revenue.
Mm.
That's craziness.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay, now we're going to take that money and we're going to dump it right back into marketing.
Yeah.
So going into year 4, and we're not even adding technicians as fast as we can.
Mm-mm.
We're adding them slower.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, our marketing budget goes to $260.
Mm-hmm.
At $200 per customer, we're going to acquire $260,000 in marketing spend. We're going to acquire 1,300 new customers.
Mm-hmm.
On top of, we already have 1,625 members.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to sell another butt ton of memberships.
Right.
And we're going to continue to grow our business. You're going to see the membership sales slow as you grow.
Uh-huh.
But you can already see we go from year 1 tech, 24,000 in membership revenue.
Mm-hmm.
This tech could probably do $500K. So
Mm-hmm.
year 1, he's doing like 524,000.
Mm-hmm.
The very next year, we've got 2.5 techs.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 1.25 million in revenue plus 61,000 in membership revenue.
Right.
Year 3, we're at 5 techs.
Sure.
If they each do 500,000, that's 250 or 2.5 million in revenue plus $160,000 in membership
Right.
revenue. Year 4, we could probably go to 10 technicians.
Yeah, sure.
And if you map this out all the way, I've done it on a spreadsheet. It gets a little bit complicated.
Mm-hmm.
5 years in, you got a $10 million business bringing in massive amounts of membership revenue.
Yeah, just because you, and even like, and of course, like in these scenarios, like your cost to acquire customers are going to change and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't imagine that those wiggles would like break the system or anything.
No, this is an absolute business growth giant, I'll call it.
Yeah.
It's for business. Like, this is the main reason to do it.
Sure.
Outside of bringing that extra money in, this is the main reason to do it.
Yes,
the growth.
Yeah, and especially when you tie like technicians selling memberships, and that can give you this idea of like, okay, we can scale now because we've reached this point where we sold this many memberships.
Yeah.
So let's add a technician,
Yeah.
and then it just starts to just compound on itself.
Yeah. And so then you take this out to like a $20 million business with like 3,000 members, right? Because you can get there very easily. Like 3,000 members, we just saw you can sell 1,000 in a year.
Yeah.
To get to 3,000 members, you should be able to do that in 5 years.
Yeah.
So let's say you're at a $20 million business and you are getting 20% net margins out of that business, not including memberships. Okay. So what is that? 10% would be 2 million. 20% would be 4 million. So you're taking home $4 million and you have a membership that's producing 3,000 times 99 an additional $300,000 a year on top of your 4 million.
Right.
So you can increase your margins. You now, the 20 million, you're bringing in 4,300,000. Math is hard, dude. I don't think I've ever typed 20 million on my calculator.
Oh, you got to count.
You just added 2.15% net just by selling 3,000 memberships.
Yeah, just consistently.
Yep. And that's like, you should have way more than that.
Yep.
You should be close to like 8,000, 10,000 even by the time you hit 20 million.
Yeah, and that's like doing it day one is huge. Like again, your future
Massive.
self is really going to appreciate that. This whole process, your future self is going to appreciate.
Massive business growth.
What's the holdup? Why don't people why haven't people been selling memberships since for decades?
They don't know. They don't think people will buy it.
That's weird to me.
But if you structure it properly, people will buy it. You got to make it a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's like Alex Hormozzi's 100 million offer. Make an offer so good they feel stupid saying no. So if you make the discount proportionate to what you're selling them,
sure,
where it's a no-brainer,
right,
then they're going to feel stupid saying no to it.
Right.
You mean all I got to do is say yes and it'll save me $10 today and hundreds of dollars in the future just by saying yes?
Yeah. It's like, why wouldn't I say no?
Yeah. Why would I say no? Of course I'll say yes.
Yep.
Oh, crap. I'm paying this $99 a year. I might as well use their service again.
Yep.
More money coming in.
Yep.
Marketing costs driven down. You start doing that over and over and over, and it compounds. Next thing you know, 5 years in, you got a $10 million business with 5,000 members making $1 million just off your memberships. It's crazy.
How do you properly incentivize your guys to sell memberships?
You don't let your guys discount in the field.
So no other
the only discount they're allowed to give is a membership.
Gotcha.
So if you sign up for good software, it's going to try to sell the membership for you. Right?
Sure. Yeah. It'll just present it in such a way that's just highlights the fact that if you had a membership, you'd save X.
Yep.
Or since you have a membership, you are saving X.
Yep. And most of your guys want to save the customer money. And so they're naturally inclined to want to give them a discount.
Yeah.
If you allow them to discount in the field outside of a membership, number one, they're not going to sell your membership.
No, they're going to do the other discounts.
They're just going to give them a discount.
Yeah.
And then number two, they're not going to be able to sell without giving a discount.
Yeah.
And so let's give them the discount, but in the form of a membership.
Right.
Hey, the only discount you're allowed to give is a membership. In fact, you have to offer every single customer a membership.
Right.
Like the idea here is if you focus, instead of focusing on growing your business, instead of focusing on all that other stuff, if you are priced properly to begin with, and then your sole focus is growing this membership, and your techs, the sole focus is driving revenue, driving customer satisfaction, and growing this membership, and you teach your CSRs, we want to drive revenue, drive customer satisfaction, and we want to grow this membership, you will grow your business at crazy, crazy speeds. It'll be awesome. You're pointing to our thing. What's going on?
Yeah, is that thing not recording? Oh, it's on this side.
Shoo.
It was flipped over,
Dude, for everybody who knows, we're looking at our equipment. We have recorded full podcast episodes only to lose them.
Yeah, because we didn't do a button.
And then have to record them again.
Yeah, it just scared me because... Okay, cool. We're good.
Dude, we're good.
Heart was racing.
We need a Jamie.
Yeah, I know. We had a checklist. That worked as a Jamie for a pretty good long time.
Because then if it's broken, we can be like, Jamie, what the crap,
Then
man?
we can say, hey, now you got to redo the podcast
What
yourself.
the crap, Jamie? Okay. I don't really know how we can hash this any harder. It's so simple.
Yeah, it's super
like,
simple.
just sell a $99 membership, offer special benefits, price those benefits into your pricing. If you don't know how to do that, watch our last podcast episode. This will grow your profits and grow your business exponentially. If you can decide to do it, put it in place, and stick with it.
Yeah, and I think the biggest barrier for most guys, I think, is really just getting on software that can actually do membership stuff. So, I mean, obviously, Service Titan can do that.
There's so many of them.
Service
Titan
Systems
does
can do it.
Sarah does it. House Call Pro does it. I don't know if Jobber does it, but that would be like my number one concern from a software standpoint.
Yeah.
I would say I would want, can I estimate and invoice my customers from this? Can I sell memberships and auto bill them? And that'd really be my main concerns. And can I at least tack on another service that allows me to automate review requests.
Yeah. Yep.
If you could do those few basic things, be priced right, be willing to dump money into marketing, holy crap, you'll grow your business really fast.
Yep.
It'll seem slow in the beginning, but it'll really start to speed up come year 3, year 4, year 5. You'll go from 2 million to 5 million to 7 million to 12 million. Like you'll start growing so fast.
The momentum will just be there.
Yes. Yeah. It'll be crazy. And that's how you do it.
Yeah. So it's kind of like
coupled with a good service.
Like
obviously.
Obviously. That's always a given. Like if you're like thinking about software and you haven't pulled the trigger yet, or you're like staying on these softwares that can't offer you a membership, is like take this as the sign to like just go get on some software that can give you a membership. Because the longer you wait, like really you're paying a very expensive, I wouldn't even call it an ignorance tax, because now it's more of just like a lack of action task. It's like a scared tax. Like just go and if like software is intimidating to you because it's on a computer or it's complex, you've heard about the onboarding processes is really hard, customer service is blah blah blah.
Get over yourself.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Like
there's so many benefits to it.
So many benefits
that outweighs the negatives.
That you can suffer through, even if you got the worst onboarding process and you got the worst customer service for whatever reason, any of these companies.
Here's the thing. And this is something that I've thought about a lot. You have to have a sense of urgency in your business. So you need to live today for today, right? And tomorrow will take care of itself because you did today well. Most people worry about tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen in 3 months? And they worry, and they never get anything done. You need to get as much done today and take action on the things today so that tomorrow is going to be good. It is how you guarantee your future.
Sure.
Your inability to say, man, I listened to this podcast at the Jared Williams show with Jared and Joel, and they were talking about memberships. That seems like a really cool idea. The second this podcast is over, if I have the time, even if I'm either going to carve out the time or I'm going to just hop on my computer and I'm going to go to Service Titan and I'm going to get on Service Titan so that I can start my membership program. And the second I'm on there, I'm going to start selling that crap. Because if it seems like a good idea and a couple of dudes who've done it before are telling you it's a great idea, man, chances are it's probably a pretty good idea.
Yep.
And if you wait till tomorrow, you're probably not going to do it. If you wait till tomorrow you're going to wait till the next day.
Yeah.
And then the next day you're going to be like, is that a good idea? I don't know. I'm going to do some more research.
Yeah, sure.
There needs to be this sense of, I need that. Let's make it happen. I need this. Let's make it happen. And I don't know how to explain it in any other way except for a sense of urgency of, I have to make this work. And so I'm going to do the actions today to make it work to the best of my ability. Does that make sense? Okay. Super important. Super, super important.
Yeah, and I think people just get scared to spend money on stuff that they're uncertain of. And I guess like this podcast and other podcasts for sure are like your signal for certainty. Like,
if you don't know what to spend money on, go watch every single episode of this podcast. If you do that, you don't need, like, we have a coaching program. If you want to join it, you can go grab our playbook. Go to www.wealthyplumber.com/playbook. You get a free playbook either way. We email it to you. It's completely free. Or you can click the link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. But you can go there. You can book a call with us. You can sign up for our coaching program, and you can get a series of videos that teaches you everything we know, plus the resources that we use in our business. Or you could go watch every single episode of this podcast and you could get all of that knowledge completely free.
Yeah, you just go do the stuff.
And then go do the stuff.
Yeah, like it's funny because it's like
with urgency. I have to get this done today. Not I'm going to do this stuff. I'm going to watch this podcast over the course of the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the stuff over the next 2 or 3 years. We're going to be 1,000 miles ahead of you by then. Stuff's going to change by then.
Yeah, sure.
You got to learn this stuff now, and you got to implement this stuff now and be successful now, today, not tomorrow. If my business was not doing good, I'd be watching this. I'd be staying up all night learning this information. I'd be every waking moment filling my head with the information that I need. And the second I learned something, I would hit pause and I would implement it. And I would go do that. And I would make sure it happens. But people don't do that.
It's kind of strange.
It is strange, but I mean, we all do it to an extent.
Yeah, we all have ideas that we camp with and that we just never do anything with, that we know that are good ideas.
It's not even ideas. It's everything. It's everything.
Yeah, we're pretty stupid that way, where it's like, I know I should insert the blank, but I just don't.
I know I should go do this last job because I'm tight on money, but I want to go home.
Yeah.
I'll make that money tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
When you're in the beginning stages of your business, it's no, we got to get funds coming in. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get money coming in so that I can make sure that this thing is successful. And then when there's a history of being successful and you start putting people in place and systems in place and there's a process for being successful, then you can say, okay, I don't have to go to that last job today. I don't have to work extra hard today.
Yeah, and I would say you can take that energy and then reallocate it into something that has a higher bit of leverage, which, I mean, depending on where you're at, it could be like you can go home and sleep a little bit more because now you got more space.
You can goof off. I don't care.
Sure.
But you need to have urgency to get to the point where you're allowed to goof off.
Yeah, sure.
If you don't, you may get there, but it's going to take you forever.
Yeah.
And people are going to pass you up by the time you get there.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get across the sense of urgency. Some people are born with it. Like me and Costin, my son, we're always urgent.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were born with it. It sucks at home because when I go to the store with my wife, me and you were talking about this the other day. When I go to the store with my wife, before we go in, I'm like, okay, what do you need? And she's telling me, and I'm like mapping it out in my head in the store.
Right, we can be in and out in like 2.6 minutes.
Yep, of the fastest route. I'm watching
Let's
the
split
lines.
up. I'll get the chips, you get the steak.
Yeah. And I'm watching the lines stack up. Sometimes we'll be in the store and my wife will be looking at this like item I know we don't need. She's not going to buy.
She's looking at it, thinking about it.
And I'm watching the lines stack up and I'm like, hey, let's go get in line, because I'm seeing like 5 or 6 people about to get in line. My wife doesn't care.
And she's like, oh.
She'll let it. It amazes me how the lines will be empty. And then finally, when my wife decides to go check out, all of a sudden the lines are full.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, it drives me insane because I'm watching the lines the whole time. And I'm watching her look at this thing that we don't need. She's not going to buy. She's just looking at it. She loves to look at ingredients. I love my wife, by the way. And I'm watching the lines and I'm like, let's go. Lines are filling up because I have a sense of urgency. Sucks in those situations. But when I was growing my business, there was a sense of urgency to make it successful. And it's one of the only reasons that it happened. Otherwise, I would have put stuff off till tomorrow. I would have prioritized my time differently. I wouldn't have put in the effort and the work that it needed to get it off the ground, to get it going, to get it to the point where then I gained my time freedom. So I would just for anybody who's listening, trying to grow their business, I would let that sink in. Urgency. Think of everything as urgent. It's now or never. Like this membership plan. Make it happen. It's the old, I mean, Yeah, it goes beyond the should I hill, right?
Sure, of course.
You've heard me talk about the should I hill, but it's basically like if you're asking yourself, should I? Chances are, yeah, you freaking should.
Right.
Because you have no idea.
Right.
And until you make the decision and just do it
Right.
and can reflect on it, you don't know if it's a good decision or not because you don't have the capability to make good decisions yet.
Yeah.
You don't have the experience of it, right?
Yeah, and really, it's like we don't understand the world if we only ever learn about it. Like you have to actually do the thing to truly grasp the concept that you've perhaps been learning about.
It's experience.
Like the experience is actually where we cement like reality. Reality happens in experience. Reality does not happen in learning about things.
No.
Which means you can be absolutely useless as a human being if you just sit in your house and read books all day or watch podcasts.
You can be
or
the
listen to music.
smartest human on the planet.
You can
but
literally
until you
memorize
act-
everything, but if you never actually take all that stuff and put it into practice, you actually truly won't understand it.
No.
Like you'll only get a glimpse of its idea. And this is true with everything.
That's
Everything
why,
is like this.
That's why professors can be so freaking dumb.
Sure.
They're so smart and know so much stuff, but they're so dumb because most of them lack experience.
And that's why you can go to like get an MBA at like Harvard Business School and be absolutely garbage
And
at
go
running
buy a
business.
plumbing business and run it into the dirt because you
yeah.
have zero experience.
Yes. And what's worse actually in that specific scenario is you think you're equipped because you went and you learned business things.
That's why these PE firms are going and buying plumbing businesses and running them into the dirt.
Yeah, because they
don't
think,
have the experience.
Yeah.
They've got these business people that have Harvard degrees who are super smart, but they lack experience. Yeah. And you don't get that experience until you do it. And if you don't have a sense of urgency, your doing is going to take forever.
Yeah. You're just going to piddle. You're just going to piddle around, circling the ideas, not really testing.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah. Or it's like, oh, that's too expensive. I can't do that. You know, I mean, I have the money. I don't want to, I'm uncomfortable. Like it's scary. Like most things are going to be scary.
You should avoid saying, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll get to that tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, get to it today.
Yeah. Just make the time.
Yes. Amen.
Amen, brother.
Okay. Let's call her a day.
Call her a day. Cha-ching.
I got a rip tater chip.
Hey, I got a tater chip rip.
Dude, so I worked with the guy who used to say, actually, it's my first business partner. He would say, I need to check up from the neck up. Man, I'm beat up from the feet up.
Oh my gosh, did he? Oh man.
He'd say that all the time. And he would always say, be cool, don't be a fool. Stay in school, wrap your tool. And so I still say that to this day when my daughter leaves in the morning. I say, be cool, don't be a fool, stay in school. I leave the wrap your tool part out.
Yeah, that wouldn't really make sense.
No, it wouldn't.
She'd be like, Dad, stop.
Yeah, she'd probably be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's almost reason to say it, kind of.
Yeah. Thought that was funny.
Cool, man.
Okay, go start a membership, guys.
Do it. Brah.
Peace.
See ya.